topics. In fact, it's the main topic. You'll also see I got the big door open back there. You're gonna have cars going by, noise, car alarms. We're in Brooklyn, New York, so who knows what kind of sounds are going to be coming in through there. I want to make this kind of live tonight. So exercise. I often talk about the difference between exercise and movement, recreational things and exercise. Exercise is very much it has a purpose. You're dialing in with good form. You have to do it quality. You are building towards strengthening or making muscles bigger or something, or getting better at a skill of something. Recreation is everything else. The fun that's more fun. Today we're going to focus a little more on exercise though. And once I start, you just follow along or do one exercise that I'm doing. Do your own version of it. I'm not going to give much instruction. We're just going to kind of go. One more thing about this. If you're going to exercise, a lot of people like to get up early in the morning to exercise before work or something, even if it means getting less sleep. Well, if you're doing that, you're really fighting a losing battle. What is the purpose of exercise, really? It's to feel better, to look better, to be better, to get some of your body systems up and running, right? And if you're not getting the sleep and rest and recovery, then you might as well it's like taking a bucket, drilling a big hole in it, trying to fill it up, and the water just keeps going out the hole. You're fighting a losing battle. So first of all, get a good night's sleep. The second of all is if you're working exercise, especially for a little bit of strength, which is foundation number 6, you're trying to build some strength. Well, the time of day that you feel strong might not be the same as somebody else's. Like, for instance, for me, sometimes in the morning, I'm not as strong. This has to do with what's called circadian rhythms and other things that each person has. I tend to be stronger in the early afternoon. That's when I'm sometimes at my strongest. So a lot of times I'll try to get a workout. If I'm going to exercise, right, I'll try to do it around that time. Can't always manage to do it, but if I can, I will. So those are the two things to remember. We're going to do some exercise. We're going to start with the big muscles in the legs. So Dalton, if you will cue up some music to exercise by, we're going to get going. And there it is. So let's start just by warming up a little bit. We're going to do what's called a split squat. Step one leg back. And you're just going to move the back knee towards the floor. Notice I'm not leaning forward like this. I'm staying up tall. Use a chair or put your fingertips on a wall for balance if you need to. And switch the legs. You don't have to do this fast. We're going for some strength today. Strength is often best developed at a slower pace, where your muscles are really working and you're not using as much momentum. We're going to still work on these thighs some more. This is the warm-up exercise. Next one. I'm going to put my toes and hands against the wall. I'm going to step back for the lunge now. Each time I step forward, my toes touch the wall. My hands pretty much stay where they are. It's the front leg that's doing most of the work here. Again, follow along or pick one exercise, rest, and pick another exercise. Doing these ultra fast is not the goal here. Doing them quality. That's where you're going to get the result that you are so desperately seeking. Trying to get it over with fast is not going to do it. Okay, got the thighs a little bit. Now, for this next exercise, might need a chair actually. A heavier chair works better, but spread your feet wide. And what you're gonna do is go to one leg, then the other, like so. Keep your knee out over your toes. If you can't do this at all, go into the sumo squat, feet about 45 degrees out. Right? They don't have to be wide, about as wide as your shoulders. And come down straight and tall. Use your hands for balance if you want. Come down as deeply as you can. If you can only come down this far with your knees out over your toes, in other words, don't let your knees collapse in, that's fine. Working your way down to parallel. So the bottoms of your thighs are parallel to the floor. Now, breathe. If you're doing the sumo squats first and you're feeling good, we can go into these. Now, when you stand up with these, it's this bent leg right here. I'm going to show you without the chair. All right? That's doing most of the work. So I'm going to push through my foot, push through that butt. Hard, right? Again, that's more advanced. Go to the sumo squats if you need. You can take your hands behind your head if you want. Keep your chest up. Keep your eyes up on the horizon. Legs are feeling it probably. Hold it now. You can hold it. Legs are burning. And down. One more thigh exercise. Whoops. Like I told you, it's going to get loud in here tonight. Knees off the ground a couple inches. Come out to the, actually let's start here in the push-up way. Rock back to knees off the ground a couple inches. The knees are not going to touch the floor here. Rock back as far as you can. Keep your head up. Now in this last one, we're going to rock back and hold it right here. Knees off the ground. You can walk your hands underneath your shoulders a little more. Hold your head up. If you're doing this, you might feel your thighs really starting to burn right here. Three, two, one. Good. Okay. We're going to come on our back. Put your heels on a chair, a couch, a bench. Keep your knees bent about 90 degrees. Lift your hips as high as you can. And lower, and just barely tap your butt. Let's stay tight in your stomach. Do a little Tarzan stuff. Tighten it. You want to feel this in your butt and the backs of your legs right here, your hamstrings. If you feel it in your thighs or your low back, you're not doing it right. So hold it tight in here. You might have to get a little further away from the bench. And get your hips up as high as you can. Some people more advanced can do this on one leg. Woo, hamstrings burning, huh? Switch legs. I'm thinking of putting my knee up on the ceiling. Nice. Okay. Let's stand up. We're gonna get in those hamstrings and your butt some more. Imagine there's a big heavy box on the floor. Those of you whose balance isn't that good, I want you to sit back with a straight back. Hold on to this imaginary box. Imagine it weighs 50 pounds and you're pulling that off the floor. It's all in here. You feel it, your abs, your butt, your low back, your thighs. For those that have good balance, you can come forward, sit back, and stand up. The goal is not to touch the floor here. All right? The goal is to keep your back straight and keep your head up. Reach back with the leg that's in the air too. So, if you find you're getting really cockeyed like this, put 1 or 2 fingers on chairs or a wall or something, just for a little balance. It's a lot of abs in this one, as well as the back of your leg. Switch legs now. If you still can't do it, if balance is a problem, you can step back and tap your back toes on the ground. But you really have to sit back in this front hip, because you want to feel it back here. Your hamstring, in your butt, right? Here it is from this side. Mosquito. Missed him. Hamstring and butt. Even your calf. So we're gonna go to this, what I'm showing you now. We're just gonna do repetitions of this. Everyone can do this one. Sit back. It's the front leg that's doing all the work, because notice how I sit back in that leg, right? I'm not squatting like this. I'm sitting back, and so I really feel it in the back of my leg and my hip. Your arms, you can just reach out if you want. When you stand up, press that front foot hard in the floor. This is really good exercises for very weak muscles in most people. The backs of the legs, your butt, your hamstrings, your calves. Really important stuff. We're going to move to the upper body in just a minute. Then you can slow it way down for the last one on each leg. Hold here. Press this foot hard on the ground. Try to stand slow, like so. Woo. Plant the foot down, do the other side. Sit back. See, I lost my balance there. When you slow it down, you see just how balance challenged you might really be. You can't always tell when you go fast. Okay, some arm stuff. We're gonna hang on these rings. All right, not everybody has rings, but you can attach a towel or something, often over top of a door, a strong door or something, and just start pulling. Opening the chest. I'm keeping my thumbs over the top of the rings with my other fingers. In other words, it's like this, right? Not like this, like this. Big strength in your forearms as well. Let's do some more of these. Let's do 10 of these. Stay tight in your stomach. We're gonna work on that stomach shortly. Notice I'm not going crazy fast. I'm not going crazy slow either. I could, but for the interest of time, go at this pace. 2 more. Notice I'm not jamming my low back like this. We're not working the low back. We're staying tight all through here. And if you want to know what feeling tight is like, try this. Get your hands on the wall. Step yourself back from the wall a little bit. Then just start walking your hands along the wall. You can walk them up a little bit. You can walk them down. You can walk them up. You can go sideways. You can also bring your feet with you, but you can just go sideways and just your arms. The lower you are, the harder it is. Right? So we can go pretty far down if you want. Just make sure you got control. Don't do a face plant and tell people, Robert told me to do it, because I did not tell you to do that. We can also work the arms this way. Put your feet against the wall and start walking, right? If you can't walk, just hold like this, right? And yes, if you're really strong, you could do a push-up here. And come down. Let's do a couple ab exercises to finish this up with this. So traditional old time crunch. Put your hands, interlock your fingers behind your head very lightly and squeeze up. You are not pulling with your arms. Your head stays in the same position. The only way you get up is by squeezing here in your stomach. And don't go fast with these. If you want the best results, you want a hard contraction in your muscles. This kind of thing, slip fast, doing a million of them, I'm not the best way to do that. I'd rather see you do 10 quality, slow, dialed in ones where you're really feeling the contraction, like this. And you notice I'm not pulling on my head, right? One, two, let's do 5 more. 3, 4, and 5. Finish right here on your stomach. You're gonna work the muscles in your back. Lift your knees off the ground if you can. Arms, head, if you can lift your knees, lift them. The entire backside. The skydiver is one of my students nicknamed this quite a number of years ago. And this is just a hold. So you can keep those knees off the ground and the bottoms of your feet facing up towards the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do 3 rocks. Just breathe in, head up. Breathe out, head down. One more time. And there we go. So, Dalton, if you could cut the music. Maybe not. Okay. Anyway, so that was just regular those are exercise, but not traditional exercise. The traditional ones were the split squats in the warm-up, the face the wall lunge, the hip thrusts with the heels and the feet up on the bench. I have my students of any age do a version of that. I got ladies in their 70s doing that. And it works it. It lifts the butt if you keep doing that stuff. What was the other one? Oh, the reverse push-up, the row on the rings. Again, you don't have to have rings. Find something somewhere in the backyard, in the playground, somewhere in the house you could wrap a towel around each side of a door or something to pull yourself. Just make sure it's safe, obviously. It takes a little imagination. I tend to walk around looking for places. That would make a good exercise station right there. And as far as the time of day, feeling pretty decent at this time of night. Tonight it is about 7:15. So I tend to do okay then. Earlier in the day, better though. That's when I'm at my top strength, where I got the top energy. So find yours. If you want to include exercise, see if you could do it at that strong part of your day, so you feel better about yourself. You don't have to lose a bunch of sleep, get up early and feel like crud trying to exercise in the morning. First of all, you didn't get enough sleep. Second of all, maybe morning's just not your time for that. And any questions, just go back and watch the video. Or, of course, you could always come into the virtual class and you can learn how to do all this stuff and all kinds of other things to just make your life better. And with that, I'll just sign off. I'll see you next Thursday. Let's you and I do one thing each day to be younger than we were last year. Bye now.